The following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting at Western Illinois University.
Next at 4, another week, another outbreak of listeria in some foods. Check your freezers, we'll tell you what's recalled next. Warm temperatures does not mean the end of cold and flu season. How to keep yourself healthy in the warming months. And a gruesome scene. Western Illinois University puts on a mock DUI presentation. What the university is doing to prevent this tragedy from happening in real life. Join Franny Smith and me for those stories right now.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
The City of Macomb's budget has been set, but that all could change in the upcoming months. City aldermen have approved a budget for the 2015-2016 fiscal year for Macomb, but Governor Bruce Rauner's budget cuts could affect that.
The current budget is barely over $32 million, and that's $2 million less from last year. If Governor Rauner does take more in cuts, Mayor Inman and the city aldermen do have a plan for the city.
Depending on how much it is, we might look at taking some of those costs out of reserve. We might look at going back to the department heads, asking them to find line items in their budget individually to trim down and make up part of those. Or we could be looking at asking folks that have been recently employed by us to consider being laid off.
Now, Inman says the city should not be worried about Governor Rauner's budget cut for the state. He says if the cut is more than expected, the city will reopen the issue when the time comes. And now, it was fun while it lasted. If you already put away your cold weather gear, you probably forgot, yeah, we live in the Midwest. And yes, it can get cold in April.
And it also can snow in April. The mercury will hit below freezing at certain points this week.
Oh, Emily, please, please, please just make this go away.
I can't guarantee you I can make it go away. We might have to get through this week first. But let's take a look outside right now. The sun is shining, so you can see downtown Macomb. It is 61 degrees, humidity at about 23%, and winds 18 miles an hour. But if you do get out into an opening, you can feel the gust up to 35 miles an hour, and that wind's not going anywhere anytime soon. The regional radar here, you can see that there is some rain to the south of us, but in our area, pretty clear, just a little bit of clouds in the area. This is the pollen for the area. It's been pretty blowy today, so that means a lot of the allergies, the pollen is in the air. I know I've been sneezing for most of the day, and probably you have too, and that's because of all the stuff starting to bloom. So allergy season is upon us. And then if we take a look at the temperatures for the area, 61 in Macomb, 57 in Galesburg, 63 in Quincy, pretty all in that area for the temperature wise. I have some rain in the forecast, but you have to stay tuned to see when it is. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Emily. Now, with Macomb High School's prom coming up, it's the perfect time to remind students of the dangers of drunk driving. WIU Emergency Medical Services held its 24th annual mock DUI. And News 3's Shani Belshaw has more.
Police cars, ambulances, fire trucks, and even a helicopter. Actors covered in blood, and a boy arrested for drunk driving. The simulation felt real. All of this took place in Western's Q lot to get across to students what could happen if they drive drunk.
Hopefully they'll think of this in the future when they come up with a situation that may be dangerous, and they'll make the right decision.
Macomb High School students watched some of their own classmates be involved in this graphic demonstration.
I like the whole fact that we got all dressed up to make it look realistic so that people know actually how a DUI is really.
I think we all hope that they realize that seeing like one of their friends out there, it can happen to a lot of people, and it does.
In the U.S., every 2 minutes, a person is injured in a drunk driving crash.
You know, we need to make sure that whether it's high school students or college-age students, that they need to understand that this is something that is tragic. You know, like we saw last semester with the Western students involved in a horrible accident.
For News 3, I'm Shani Belshaw.
The WIU Emergency Medical Services planned all semester for the mock DUI.
A new gym curtain was dedicated to the YMCA Friday in remembrance of a special man. Steve Pastorelli was executive director of the YMCA from 1969 to 2000. He then continued to stay active in the YMCA community, and his passing at the beginning of this year, his wife donated the money from his memorial fund to pay for a new gym curtain. Chief Operating Officer Cody Duffy says the money used from the fund was what Pastorelli would have wanted for the YMCA. And tomorrow, Western Illinois University will honor 5 students who lost their lives during the 2014-2015 school year. This year's ceremony will honor Adam Fox, Cedric Huffman, Ty Rylander, Kayla Smith, and Gabrielle Yoakum. Trees will be planted in their memory on the Sherman Hall West Lawn at 4 p.m. And the ceremony is sponsored by Inter-Hall Council and the Division of Student Services. A reception will be held in the University Art Gallery following the ceremony.
New officers will lead WIU's Student Government Association for the next year. They were sworn in on Monday night. Will Gradle, as well as Vice President, and 5 new senators were sworn in. They will serve their positions in the WIU Student Government Association starting this fall. The inauguration was held by the Office of Student Activities. The event doubled as an awards ceremony. OSA recognized more than 20 students and organizations for their leadership skills. And the city of Macomb welcomes Western Illinois graduate Jared Swick as the newest policeman on the force. Macomb Police offered Swick the position in December. Since then, graduated from the Police Training Academy in Champaign in March. After being sworn in at Monday night's City Council meeting, Swick was assigned to a watch for criminals in Macomb. Now, Governor Bruce Rauner acknowledged his first 100 days in office by posting a video on his Facebook page today. The video shows a montage of several major events from his term of governor so far. That includes the tornado recovery mission in upstate Fairdale and his recent budget proposal. Rauner spent some time this week distancing himself from the current Chicago public school scandal where CEO Barbara Byrd Bennett is under investigation for corruption involving a contract that has connections to a private school foundation.
Members of the WIU's football team and Western's Be the Match chapter will be hosting another bone marrow event. 2 months ago, Leatherneck defensive lineman Jordan Velaz was contacted for being a possible match for a male infant. June 2nd is when Velaz is set to donate bone marrow. This year's event will be held on Thursday, April 23rd from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. in the WIU Student Recreation Center. To register, those must complete a simple test consisting of the mouth being swabbed and a DNA sample is entered to registry. Also, to donate $10 for WIU's Be the Match, text WIU to 50555.
As the end of the semester approaches, more on-campus fun is being provided for students as a way to relieve some stress. Corbin Olson Halls will be holding their annual Corbin Stock 2015 event tomorrow from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. in the Corbin Olson Dining Center. Corbin Stock organizers say this event is a concert featuring performances from many student organizations and also a special guest. Find out who it will be. I wonder who it is. There will be free food and prizes given away at this event. For more information, contact University and Housing and Dining Services.
It's hard to miss the different Rocky statues that decorate the town and WIU's campus. Those were from last year's Rocky on Parade public art project. Today's artist draft marks the start of adding even more statues to the community. 23 sponsors will select those artists based off their ideas. This event will take place today in the University Union Heritage Room at 5 p.m. You can see the completed statues at the Town and Gown event on September 24th. They'll also be paraded during the annual WIU Homecoming Parade.
Check your freezers.
A big food manufacturer comes out with major news. A potentially deadly bug finds its way into a frozen favorite, and now retailers in 23 states are emptying their freezers.
And later in sports, might we find a future Masters winner? Well, we'll see. A wrap-up of the Bu Musato Golf Invitational with Danny Fry.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
Stories, they happen everywhere. At NEWS3, we go the distance and tell them firsthand. Across the region,
the tornado tore through a neighborhood in Washington, Illinois.
Across the state.
Here at the state capitol in Springfield for the gubernatorial race.
Across generations.
We have a lot of people that are very dedicated, who are all volunteers.
The stories that inform us, the stories that move us, the stories that matter from a fresh perspective.
I think NEWS3 is great. It's all one common goal. Everybody's trying to be #1. Last year we were #1 in the nation. We beat out Florida and Oklahoma. I get to work with so many professionals. It's a really great experience and they're always there to help, and it's just all around fun. Jasmine Crichton really does make it a real life experience that, you know, most schools maybe not, they don't offer that.
Hart, what's going on?
I'm leaving.
Why? What did I do?
Not enough. The pressure's too much. I quit.
I get it. I can do better. Just please
Don't leave.
Don't let your heart quit on you. Get your uncontrolled high blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late.
That's low. That's low. Look, he's blushing.
Now from Macomb in high definition, you're watching Franny Smith, Mario Calero, Storm Team 3's forecast with Emily Manley, and sports with Danny Fry. Live at 4 continues.
Attention Target customers, this is not your typical Black Friday. It's Lily Pulitzer's fans rushing to Target stores on Sunday for the rollout of a limited edition designer collection. Everything from dresses to shoes and housewares sold out in mere minutes, just as long as it had the name Lily Pulitzer attached. The company says it had to temporarily take its website offline in order to slow down the traffic. Shoppers, just look at them, they're frustrated by the lack of inventory is really what the problem is. Frustrated by tech troubles, expressed complaints via social media. The company has since apologized for the inconvenience. Now, the Galesburg Target has a few items left. This includes infant clothing, some girls' merchandise, and a couple of articles found in the women's department.
And it's that time of the year to make sure you're protecting yourself from common household germs. The Butte Health Center has begun notifying students about a recent respiratory cold outbreak among WIU's campus over the past few weeks. Even though colds are common this time of year, the Illinois Health Department has shared 3 quick tips to keep you safe this spring season. All you need to remember are the 3 C's: clean, cover, and contain. Clean your hands frequently, as many things we touch throughout the day are covered in germs. Remember to cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze with a tissue or sleeve and not your hand. And contain your germs by staying home if you're not feeling well. Most germs are transferred to the body through the hands, so hand sanitizer is always a big help.
Not a very sweet deal for some customers of a dessert that Forbes magazine once called the best in the country. Freezer sections in 23 states lie barren after ice cream manufacturer Blue Bell issued a voluntary recall of its signature product. Now, officials say the ice cream could potentially be contaminated with listeria, which can cause serious and sometimes fatal infections. 5 patients in Kansas and 3 in Texas tested positive for the bacteria after eating Blue Bell products. Customers who have purchased Blue Bell products can return them for a full refund. Information is available on the company's website. Now, question, would you be more productive if you were working on treadmill and walking on a treadmill all day?
I don't know, it may be time to try and talk to your boss into getting you one of these. New research suggests that working while walking on a treadmill desk does not impact your job performance in a bad way. 2 Brigham Young and University researchers found that people on treadmill desks perform cognitive tasks nearly as well as those sitting at desks, despite the fact that they're walking.
The researchers do say, however, walkers showed slight decreases in processing speed, attention, and typing words per minute, but the overall drop wasn't significant, and the health benefits of treadmill desks seem to outweigh the productivity loss.
Is this just limited to office people? Because can you imagine like a news anchor
We'll
doing
be
this?
walking on the treadmill and reading a story.
Like right now, just walking like, and today in the news.
I think it's hard enough just to sit and read sometimes.
Yeah, I agree, man. A little brain power.
Let's read this. Enjoy today's sunnier conditions while you can, because the week will end with rain boots and umbrellas.
Storm Team 3's Nick Stewart will give us the full forecast in just 2 minutes.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours.
Dr. King, what's your next move?
In March from Selma to Montgomery.
Selma is loud for every man, woman, and child.
We will not wait any longer.
In front of a crowd.
Mine eyes have seen the glory. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make.
I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft. To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
So they say it's a man's world? I don't see anybody's name on it.
While they were doing their thing, we slowly changed ours.
Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
Let's take a look outside. As you can see, the downtown area of Macomb, very pretty outside, a couple clouds in the background. Temperatures right now at 61 degrees, humidity at 23%, winds 18 miles an hour. Earlier, like I said, if you can get out in the open, you can see winds and feel winds up to 35 miles an hour. If we take a look at the area of temperatures right now, you can see that everybody's kind of sitting in that low 60s, higher, low to 60s. Sorry about that, trying to get in on time. If you can see also for the time, this is the radar. Nothing in our area that we can see. Rain is to the south, and that is all that is happening in our area. Nothing, no clouds up here for us. If we take a look, this is tomorrow. You can see that there is a little bit of a rain that comes into the forecast, but it still is south. That is a low pressure system, and that is moving to the south of us. We do not have to worry about it. If we see for Thursday, though, there's a high pressure system that is sitting around St. Louis area. That high pressure system is what is going to cause rain for us Thursday into Friday. We could see a 20% chance of rain on Thursday, big chance of rain on Friday and into Saturday. If we take a look, this is what I have news for you, though. For the summer, we already have the outlook for the summer. As you can see, we are in the area for some cooler temps. Above average is a little bit north and to the west of us, and then much above average is on the west coast. So you can kind of see that we're not going to be hopefully in the 100-degree mark this summer. By the way, the National Weather Service did issue this, so I'm hoping that they are right and that they will keep us for a cool summer. We do like the sunshine. But let's take a look for the evening now. You can see a low of 37 degrees. Winds are going to stay high, still 10 to 20 miles an hour. But moving in tomorrow, still very, very windy. High of 55 degrees tomorrow, so a little bit cooler tomorrow. We're going to have to deal with this cool weather up until Monday. We got to get through that low pressure system that is moving into the area. Let's take a look at the 5-day forecast that I have here for you. It is windy, 55 degrees tomorrow for Thursday. A little bit of chance of rain, 59 degrees though. We do go up a little higher, 40% chance of rain, 61. On Saturday, we will see 57, and that's when we could see some more rain on Saturday. It's a little too far to tell still about how that low pressure system moves into the area. And then on Sunday, 61 degrees. So pretty good weekend after we get through this rain. We just got to get through the next couple days, and we're going to need some rain boots and some umbrellas. So make sure that's in your backpack with you the next few days.
I think we can handle that. I think we've been through a little bit of worse.
I think so too.
And Earth to Franny, this is Emily, not Nicholas Stewart. I had said Nick was doing weather today. It's actually Emily. So
That's
sorry
okay.
about that.
You know, I wish I could be as good as Nick Stewart. So I'm going to step in, and I'm going to take that as a compliment.
All right, well, it was meant as a compliment.
Thank you.
Thanks, Emily. What do you got for us, Danny?
Well, I don't have a treadmill desk, but I do have up next in sports the 43rd annual Masato Invitational. It's well underway. Find out how the field is performing. Also, the Macomb High baseball team had a tough doubleheader on Saturday, including a wild finish in Game 1. Plus, the MHS softball team welcomed in Havana on Monday in a slugfest. All that is straight ahead on Live at 4.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And shelter pets make super pets. Your new best friend. will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a shelter pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
What did you want to be when you grew up? Now, how do you make it happen? Think purple, think success, think Western Illinois University.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Cheers. Take time to be a dad today.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back. I'm Danny Fry with sports. The Macomb High School baseball team is off to a stellar start, and we're looking for 2 more W's at home at Phil Bradley Field in a doubleheader against Petersburg Porta AC on Saturday. No score in the bottom of the second inning, and Travis Osbury takes Michael McCurdy deep over the left field fence for his 6th homer of the year. Bombers up 1-0 after 2 innings. Flash forward to the bottom of the 6th inning. Blue Jays leading 4-3. Colton Poole misplays a pop-up with 2 outs, allowing the tying run Liam Adams to score. That was huge as the game would go to extra innings, tied at 4. Off to extras in the top of the 8th. Travis Osbury picks off Poole at first as his struggles continue. That ends the top of the 8th. Bombers trying to win the game in the bottom of the 8th. How about some 2-out magic? Lucas Van Adden lifts the ball into deep center field, then turns and heads to third for a 2-out triple. So now, Porta AC relief pitcher Blake Sutton on the ropes. Next batter, Jake Dyer, grounds it over to short. Nick Atterbury knocks it down, but the throw to first, wait for it, not in time. The Bombers win in walk-off fashion, 5-4. Macomb wins the back and forth affair. The relief effort earns Osbury the win, and he also smacked his 6th long ball of the season. Dyer also had the game-winning RBI. The Bombers weren't done yet. They would turn around in the doubleheader finale and top the Blue Jays 15-5 in a game where 7 MHS batters were hit by a pitch. Macomb aims to keep rolling at Lewistown on Thursday with a first pitch set for 4:30 p.m. The Macomb High girls soccer team honored its seniors before taking on the Pleasant Plains Cardinals on Monday. Plains on the attack early. It will be Claire Nybergall whenever she feels like popping up on the screen. And she'll take a shot on goal that is brought in by Bomber goalie Hannah Morris. She would have her work cut out for her, without a doubt. During the 5th minute of the game, the ball is sent over to Emily Yakel, who taps it in nonchalantly with the side of her foot. 1-0 Cardinals up early. In the corner, Pleasant Plains freshman forward Brooklyn Blackwell takes the ball, then puts up a shot that is contained by Morris, but even more shots would be fired her way. Less than a minute later, Emily Yakel off of the deflection scores 2-0 Cardinals. Macomb wasn't really allowed on the attack almost all game here. Blackwell comes out of nowhere to the left side to tally another goal for the Cardinals. Pleasant Plains spoils Macomb's senior day with a 10-0 victory at Edison Field. That was the final home game of the season for MHS. Now they begin a road slate starting with Orion on Friday at 4:30 p.m. The MHS softball team in action again on Monday, hosting the Havana Ducks in non-conference play. We pick up the action in the bottom of the fifth. Havana already ahead 10-1, but the Bombers showing life. There's a base hit to left center. That brings Jenna Kelso in to score. 10-2 Ducks after 5 innings. Top of the sixth, light rain coming down. Havana's Brooke Faree smacks it to deep center field. Bases loaded, grand slam that potentially put the game out of reach at 15-2. Bombers said not so fast in the bottom of the sixth. Mia Lambert sends a shot over the center fielder's glove, clearing the bases to cut the Havana deficit by 3 runs, but still Havana would win by a 10-run mercy rule after 6 innings. Big offensive day for the Ducks. Aaron Baldwin went 4 for 4 with 4 RBIs, leading to a 15-5 win over MHS. The Bombers softball team heads back to the Diamond Thursday to host the Galesburg Silver Streaks at 4:30. The Western Illinois men's golf team is playing host to the 43rd annual Butte-Masato Invitational. Rounds 1 and 2 were played Monday, with the final 18 holes being played today. William Woods is the leader in the team standings after day 1 of a combined team score of 590. The WIU Purple team is sitting in 7th place out of 10 teams in the field. Paving the way for Western is Nate Davis with a scorecard of 149 after 2 rounds of play. The third round scores have not officially been tallied yet, but make sure to tune in tomorrow to Good Morning Macomb. Drew Hoffman will have the latest on that.
All right, Danny, thank you for that sports update. Thank you. Now, there's a new sensation taking Amazon by storm and just brings you back to your childhood, I'll tell you that much.
Join us in a moment when we return.
Today, 1 out of every 4 American kids is Hispanic. That means many of the future doctors who will care for us, the engineers who will build our cities, the scientists and entrepreneurs of our country can be your kids. We all know how hard it is for you to send them to college. This is why we want you to know you are not alone. And every day more people support you to make it happen. Many support you. And the Hispanic Scholarship Fund helps you prepare, plan, and pay for your kids' college education. HSF.net.
Hi, may I please have an application? Thank you.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
Okay.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
Life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Connor is struggling in school.
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
Why don't you understand me?
I do. This is what it feels like for kids with learning and attention issues. Redirecting to understood.org.
No more pencils, no more books.
No more teachers, dirty looks.
School's out for summer.
What this place needed was better graduation rates. So we worked with schools like Henry Ford High, and now they're up 18%.
To help us do more good this year, go to unitedway.org, because great things happen when we live united.
All right, well, this is a story that's just out of the page of the Mario Playbook. Adult coloring books among the Amazon's top 10 sellers.
And if you think we're crazy, an artist therapist with several published coloring books says coloring can lift the mood, reduce anxiety, and relieve stress.
So I think we're all artists here, and I drew a house with a family.
I think you lied when you said talents, moving your talents with...
Yeah, I guess I should keep my talents in broadcasting, shouldn't I?
I do think mine's the best. Mine's a picture of Mario.
Okay, let's take a good look at this picture here. As you can see, I drew eyebrows that are upset because if you get Mario on a good day, that means it's like 1 in a million chance. So I think my picture wins out of all you guys because it's a picture of Mario, and we love Mario somewhat, kind of. I don't know.
Looks like a jack-o'-lantern a little bit. It's kind of like a pumpkin.
Jack of all trades.
Oh yeah, sure, whatever you say.
All right.
All right, well that's it from the desk, but continue with us online all the time. News3WIU.com.
Thanks for joining us. For Danny Fry and Mario Calero.
And for Emily Manley, I'm Franny Smith.
Join us tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Good morning to come. Have a great evening, everybody.